Welcome on what is a wonderful, misty but sunny morning. I'm up in the North Yorkshire Moors, and today I'm going to do what is probably the original long distance challenge walk. So I'm going to tell you a bit more about that once I've started and tell you a few stories along the way. So I hope you'll enjoy the journey with me. The start is just north of Codbeck Reservoir, not far from Osmodley. And there is supposedly a wake stone here, which officially marks the start, but I can't work out where the actual wake stone is. But it's here somewhere. Right, I think I'm all packed. Ready? Let's go. The route I'm following today then is the Lyke Wake Walk route, which was probably the original one-day walking challenge, 24-hour challenge. It was very popular, but since fallen out of favour a little bit. But it crosses the whole of the North Yorkshire Moors, starts at just north of Codbeck Reservoir, and for the first half follows the Cleveland Way, and then the coast to coast over to the Lion Inn, and from there then cuts across country over the moors until eventually it reaches the coast at Ravenscar. So the total length of it is about 40 miles, and it's got about 5,000 feet of ascent and 5,000 feet of descent. First little steep pull up of the day, heading up to Carlton Bank. So the Lyke Wake Walk was first walked in 1955. I can't remember the name of the guy who devised the route. I'll put his name up on screen now, but I know he did it with 12 mates. The idea being that they crossed the North Yorkshire Moors by this route. As a result of that, they then formed the Lyke Wake Walk Club, and it became a really popular one-day walking challenge. People doing 24 hours. I believe about 160,000 people plus have walked this route. But it was really popular in the 60s, 70s, where I think they said up to 15,000–20,000 people a year did it. And it was all done for charity. You know, this idea of long distance walking challenge, doing it for charity, raising money. But then subsequently, I think it kind of got surpassed by other walks like the National Three Peaks Challenge, the Yorkshire Three Peaks Challenge. I think they've become more popular over the last number of years. So I think because of the decrease in numbers, the club disbanded in 2005. But the route's still here, and I'm going to walk it today and see what it's like. So as I said, the first part of this route follows the Cleveland Way and this northern escarpment of the North Yorkshire Moors, which is really lovely. I've walked it a couple of times, well, several times before. Mist cleared now, so should start to get some nice views. And heading up to Carlton Bank, which has just come out of the mist. Fabulous. So one of my reasons for doing the Lyke Wake Walk today is, well, first of all, to find out what it's like, obviously, but second, it's going to be my last long day out before I do the Fellsman in 3 weeks' time. So I'm hoping it's going to be good preparation for that. But lots of little short, punchy climbs on this first section on the Cleveland Way. I remember it from when I first did the coast to coast walk with a big pack on, larder than I thought it was going to be. A bit of a scramble up through here. So with the popularity of the Lyke Wake Walk in the 60s and 70s came a load of erosion problems with the paths. I remember when I did the coast to coast walk on this section in, well, it'd been 1990. The erosion was really bad in some places, you know, horrific. But now, what work they've done with these paths. These paths along this section are absolutely fantastic. You know, I think they've laid them in a way that it's not intrusive on the landscape. They've grassed it between the flagstones. Tell you what, whoever did it, fantastic job. But we'll see later on as well, there was another section which was really badly eroded, and I think they've done some reparation work there as well. I can just make out Rosebery Topping in the distance in the mist. Don't know if the GoPro pick it up or not. This is just a view back to Kringle Moor where I've just been on. Fantastic. Right, heading on and turning east and over Urra Moor there in the background. That's where I'm heading next. Just past Claybank where Judith met me. She's my support crew, if you like, for the day. The thing about the Lyke Wake Walk, it doesn't actually go through any villages or towns, so there's no places where you can resupply along the way. I suppose there's a Lion Inn, which is a pub at Blakey, about halfway, but aside from that there isn't anything. So Judith kindly today is going to meet me at 3 points just so I can stock up on some water, because I think I'm going to need it. It is pretty warm today now. That's a great view here over Claybank to Wainstones and Kringle Moor in the distance where I've just been. Fantastic. Right, up to Urra Moor. Just passing the high point there, loads of people on the top, so give it a miss. Right, I think that's the highest point of the North Yorkshire Moors as well. On now then to Bloworth Crossing, the railway line. I've reached the Bloworth Crossing, so that's where the Cleveland Way parts the coast to coast walk. I'm going to continue on this bit, coast to coast, so I get to the Lion Inn and Blakey Ridge. So I think I'm a few miles now on this fairly flattish old railway line, which sort of goes around the head of some valleys. Oh, I've got the big sunglasses on today. I've had to put them on because I'm going into a wind. It's quite steady and my eyes are streaming, so yeah, big glasses on. So it was around this area where I first heard about the Lyke Wake Walk. I was doing the coast to coast with my friend, my pal Carl, a week before I got married. And we camped here, and during the night, all we could hear from about 5 o'clock with these bloody boots going boop, 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 you know, trying to get some sleep. Anyway, eventually we got fed up, got up about 5:30 and got chatted to a few folk, of course, who told us that they were doing it to raise money and told us a little bit about the route. So that's, yeah, where I first heard about it. As I said, I think it was used a lot for fundraising as a challenge. Right, I think I'm going to keep trotting along here until I get to Blakey Ridge and the Lion Inn. Past the Lion Inn at Blakey. Got topped up on water again. Judith met me. Cracky, this wind's getting quite persistent now, and I'm going into it all afternoon, so that's going to be a bit tiring. So a little road section that I just need to get over and then back on track again. Oh, just crossed another high point here of the moor. Come off the road, which is nice, but this bit's definitely a bit of a more squelchy bit. I'm glad I'm doing it when it's been quite dry. Well, it's a pretty tough, featureless, bleak section so far. I can tell it'll be really boggy after bad weather. Oh dear, right, let's keep going, pushing on. Just see along here the erosion to this path. It's pretty awful really, and it's making walking very hard going. Just reached this minor road. That last half hour or so has been a little bit better after the sludge and erosion of earlier. So let's hope this next section's just the same. Looks alright at the minute. This is Ellerbeck Bridge. It's on the busy Scarborough to Whitby Road. That's the last crossing. So I've done a quick change of shirt and top But this last section filled up again on water. I think it's about, I don't know, 11k I think to the finish now. And the sun's come out again, so come on. Last bit, I'm hoping it's going to be a little bit better than that previous section. I didn't really like that, to be honest with you. But this looks like a nice track, so hopes are high. This is actually a nice walk up so far. I've reached Lillacross, which was erected in 626 AD. I suppose if you're gonna get buried somewhere, you might as well get buried with a view. It's not a bad spot, is it? Actually, that bit from the road was nice, I've got to say. This is much better again after the horrible boggy ground of that middle section. This is nice. Right, a nice steady jog down I think now. Well, I've got my first view of the sea. You probably won't be able to see it on the camera, but I can see it, and that's all that matters. Right, keep going down here. I think the finish is on that hill on the horizon in front. I think that's the finish. Now I believe this is Jiggerbeck. I could have got it wrong, but I think it is. I've got a nice steep descent down here, and the final climb to the finish. Right, let's try to get down here without breaking my neck. Right, this is a lovely pretty valley. Bit of late afternoon sunshine as well. Good time of the year, beautiful, lovely. Oh, I'll tell you what, this is testing out my climbing legs at the end of the day. Right, little sting in the tail. Whew. Well, I've got less than 2 kilometres to go. So what have been my impressions, or what are my impressions of the Lyke Wake Walk? Well, I think the first 15 kilometres on the Cleveland way to Claybank are fabulous. I walked that a few times before, that's a lovely section. The next bit then up to Blakey Ridge and the line in, it's okay, it's nice. Get up onto the tops, big feeling of open spaces. The next section though then for me, oh dear, I've got to be honest with you, I didn't enjoy that at all. To the bridge, I think that was another just over 20 kilometres. Yeah, too much trudging through badly eroded ground. I mean, it's obviously been churned up a lot in the past, but yeah, not good. Didn't enjoy that at all. I was glad when that was finished. But then this last section, I've really enjoyed the last, I don't know, is it 14 kilometres? 13 kilometres? Yeah, really nice. So a lovely finish. Would I recommend it as a walk to do or a challenge walk? I don't know. I mean, I like the North Yorkshire Moors. It was just that middle section, just had, maybe it was me. Maybe I was having a bit of a energy lull at that point, but it was just horrible. Didn't like it at all. As a challenge walk, definitely challenging. I mean, it's got the same amount of ascent and descent as the Three Peaks, but of course it's considerably longer. So maybe there's, yeah, still some value for it there in that, I don't know. But every walk is a good walk. That's what I'm going to say is my leaving motto. There we are. Actually, it's not true though, is it? So I think Beacon Howe back there was the finish of the Lyke Wake Walk, but I've just dropped down a little bit further to this viewpoint over the sea, which is a great place to finish into. What a lovely view there is. Absolutely lovely. So, great day out. If you watched this far, thank you very much for watching my video. Much appreciated. Any comments? Anybody done the Lyke Wake Walk before? What your thoughts are? I'd be really interested to know. Was that middle section really as bad as I thought it was? Don't know, but now me and Judith have got a room booked in the Raven Sky Hotel, and I'm going to go and have a nice bath. Till next time.